Going to Offkai or AX, I have no Offkai plans. No offense to them. I did some stuff with them one year, and I felt that they were incredibly disorganized. This is not personal. This is just on the business side of it. I had a really bad time. So I'm giving it a year break. And if they do better this year and everyone gives me great... Now, people might say they feel great about it, but I'm looking for accounts on the back end, right? Like, how was your experience and everything? How was it working with them? But this is not new news for you guys. I talked about it after last year. I think they're a young convention, so I don't like hate them personally, you know? It's something like that. But they're a newer convention and there's so many growing pains. And I don't have it in me to just be like, oh, you're new and you have growing pains, so I'm going to forgive everything and I'm going to put myself through all these extra hours of work and all this hardship and stuff that I don't need to just because. I'll wait until people have their things together. So if this year it seems like they have their stuff together, then next year I'll do it. But yeah, the year before I did stuff with them. And I mean, I think I told you guys last year I did a meet and greet with Joel that started really late and then they did everything wrong with the setup, and we sat there in that room, meet and greet room, for like 4 hours to get through everyone. And that was just one thing. And the tech, we had one of those machines for signing, and we had a couple things. We had to reset it between every single signature, and they also had no tech staff to help us out. I had to have my own staff who weren't even people that were hired in by me for this specific thing. I had to pay them and get them their time. They wanted to do it for free. I was like, no, I had to get my own people to who I just knew were on site. I had to message them and say, can you be my tech staff for this 4-hour thing? And come in and reset this machine every time. And you know what I mean? Like, I had to like pull other people in and take their time that they should have been using to work on, you know, there were some people that were physically at the convention. They should have been using it for that. And that was just one thing. There were a lot of things that were just not done well. Hopefully this year they saw that from last year, and this year it won't be like that, you know, but I feel the need to see it happen well fully through one year before. Like, I'm not going to try it just to try it. I already did that once, you know what I mean? So yeah, so hopefully this year it's good. And then if people, like friends of mine, are like, oh yeah, no, it was a lot better this year, then the next year I'll do it. But yeah, I think last year was it their second ever year of the convention, or third or something? So we'll see. But yeah, as for AX, almost at AX, right now I don't have any plans. Visual just have to ping me to ask if I wanted to do something. But one of the asks from AX was something that I just didn't want to do. However, on my own, I've separately contacted them about doing something slightly different, and it might be fine. So AX is a maybe on if I'll do like a panel or something or not, or like a meet and greet. I think I'll have a meet and greet. It's the panel side that I wasn't sure. I don't know how much I could say, but basically there was like some exorbitant fee that would have needed to be paid for something related to a panel that I would have had to pay for. Like, if I wanted to do a panel, I would have had to pay for it. And I was like, why would I pay to do a panel? Don't people pay guests, or they show up for free and they just get to use the room for free? I've never been asked by a convention to pay for anything or anything like that. I don't know. And it was a lot. It might be because it was like the main events room and it was related to like maybe their streaming equipment or something. Like, I don't think it was not legit. I think there was a reason or something. I don't know exactly what it was, but I think for like a lot of the bigger rooms with a lot of tech stuff in it, there is something related, but I've never personally been asked to pay for it. So I was like, no, I'm not gonna do that. So I said no, but I might be able to get like a different thing going on. But if this other thing pans out, then I might actually have a panel without me like paying for anything. So back in the day, we as convention organizers had to cover all the costs for guests to come. Yeah, I think that's still typical. I don't know. I think some of the big ones do things a little differently now. I don't know. That was why like my default for AX is a no on if I'm doing a panel or not. But I don't know. Each other stuff were just like, hey, if you want to do a panel, here's what you'll have to do. And I was like, why? So I said no. But there might be another thing that pans out separately. So if that does, I'll keep you guys updated. So we'll see. So TLDR, no Offkai for me. I want to see them like potentially do well this year before I go back, because last year was not good. I just don't want to put my community through it again. Like, if things turn out to be not so great, like it's better but not that great, I don't want that again. Because last year for my meet and greet, for example, it took 4 hours because it was not planned properly. And then I had to have my own staff sitting there. There were people in the line for my meet and greet that went out to get food to bring back so that they could feed people on the line, because they were completely missing dinner and everything was going to be closed by the time they were done. It was really awful for those people sitting in line. If it was just me that would have to sit through something and I was the only one affected, I would just go for it. I would just try it. But when it like means my own community sitting in a hallway doing nothing for hours just to talk to me for a short bit, like I can't do that to them. You know, I have to make sure the things are good first, and then if they're good, then I'll go back next year. So hopefully it's good. I don't think you should like not go. Just that was what I dealt with the year prior. So maybe next year I'm really genuinely like optimistic and hoping it will be good this year, because people gave a lot of feedback. So if it is, great. And then, you know, I'm hoping because there aren't a lot of cons that are like just about VTubing. you know, that's rare. So I hope it goes well. But yeah, I'm rooting for them. And then yeah, AX, we'll see. I think, let me double check. I think I am doing a meet and greet, but I'm gonna do it through a booth. I don't think I'm gonna do it like at their official meet and greets area. I think I'm just gonna do it through a booth because that always tends to work out better for me. So I'm pretty sure I'm doing that. And then I'm trying to see it. I think it's gonna be short notice. I was trying to see if I could do like a merch thing there, but I think it's too quick. It was like just confirmed today that I might be able to do this, so I was like, ew, it's not enough time to like get stuff physically done and shipped there. Probably, maybe. We're checking. But yeah, I think we'll do a meet and greet at a booth at AX, and then we're working on a potential panel. So I was thinking no because of the other thing, but now maybe yes, maybe, question mark. I think that's it. Yeah. I think that's it for confirmed convention stuff that I can say like definitely happening or 100% being worked on for sure. I'm gonna go to AX if the crowds look intimidating. It's very like sardine can. It's very packed. Every time I've done an AX walk around, it's a ton of people. The convention center is not that well laid out in a way where you can avoid crowds. It just kind of has a big central point that you have to walk through no matter what. So that area you're always going to be stuck walking through. That will always be the case because the place just converges in one spot. Once you're out of that convergent area, it's not as bad. It's still a lot of people, but if you're out of peak times and you're just like in the normal halls, it's not as crazy. It's still really packed though. It's still really packed. I feel like they overfill it every year, but yeah. AX, if you're a little agoraphobic, like a little bit, I wouldn't do it. There are a lot of really, really good, like small or medium cons. There are a lot of really good ones that you could go to. You don't have to go to the big one, okay? You don't have to go to the big one. Everyone thinks they have to go to the big one because everyone goes. So they goes, oh, that must mean that it's better because everyone goes. But no, a lot of the time we do walk-arounds at these medium cons and we have a great time. Also, I will say a lot of the slightly smaller cons, slightly smaller, where they're big enough to have guests, but small enough that they aren't the top 5. They're more in tune with the community that specifically goes to that con, and they try to do cooler things with us. They don't just throw us a panel room and go do what you want. If I'm like, hey, I want to do this cool event, I want to do this thing or that thing, like the staff try to help us because they have more capacity to do so. It's not the fault of the bigger cons that they don't do this stuff. It's just that they literally can't. They're too busy. But the ones that are a little bit smaller, like medium to medium large, you know, and the small ones, they're all way more willing to set out staff to do like really cool events because they can. They physically can. So I like a lot of those. So I will be trying to do more of those. I actually want to do there's a con, there's like I would say an event in Brazil that I'm going to do, and it's a relatively small event, but I'm going to do it because it's a small thing and there aren't really a lot of events down there that focus on bringing like English speaking VTubers to a thing or whatever. Like I'm just going to do this kind of stuff. So yeah, I want to focus on some like medium small events where I can because it's just nice, man.